Today we're going to have a lot of fun working on this Aviatrix Medallion Quilt made by Katie. I'm starting in the outer border and quilting these butterfly blocks. I'm going to fill the wing section with 3 large loops, filling up the entire space. Then I'm going to stitch in the ditch over to the rectangular body section and quilt some connecting circles all the way from one end to the other. Then I'll find the ditch again with my ruler, making my way to the wing section where once again I am doing the 3 large loops. I'll stitch in the ditch again to the outer edge of the block and then down the side of the block right to the butterfly body. Now when I quilt these connecting circles, I like to think of something that's about the same size as the circle that I'm creating. These ones are about the size of an M&M, so I'm going to think of that, and it's going to help me keep them all about the same size. I chose loops to fill the butterfly body because they're really fast and simple to quilt. You can also manipulate them into any shape really easily. As you can see, I am quilting the first one on a diagonal, the second one in the center more straight, and then the third one on an angle again. Now you could certainly smash more loops into that space, which would be really fun too. I'm getting about 7 small circles in this butterfly body, so I'm going to quilt 3 and then aim to have the 4th one in the very center. You can make a little mark in the middle, or you could just eyeball where the center is, and that helps me keep the spacing just right. Now when you're quilting the loops, you want the bottom of the loop to just barely kiss the butterfly body. One good rule of thumb when you're quilting, it's kind of like driving a car. You want to look a little bit ahead of where you're quilting instead of right where the needle is going, and that's going to help you hit all the right points that you need to. As you're quilting the butterfly body, you're going to want the needle to quilt all the way over to the edge of that rectangle and not the edge of your foot. That's going to make the circle touch the edge of the rectangle instead of leaving a 1/4 inch gap. With a little practice, your brain will be trained to compensate for the gap between the edge of your foot and the needle. The thing I really love about free motion quilting is that it's not exactly perfect. Each loop isn't exactly the same, and each little circle in the butterfly body isn't exactly the same. While we do aim for some uniformity, just relax and let yourself move your machine a little bit more freely, and I think you'll find you'll have more fun and you'll get better results. On a quilt like this that's really bold with a lot of solid fabrics and a lot of bright colors, a lot of strong shapes, free motion quilting is going to soften it up just a bit and give it a human element, which I really love. I hope you've enjoyed watching me quilt this simple butterfly block in this Aviatrix Medallion Quilt. Please watch the other videos in this quilt series.